which is, as I said, a surprising amount. Like, I don't think you'd be able to fit this much stuff into any other mini bag out there. If you put this into your mini Kelly, you'd be done and you wouldn't even be able to close your bag. Trust me, I've tried it. Hello my friends, I wanted to do something really chatty and laid back today, and since I just got home from running a couple of errands with my Kelly Pochette, I thought it might be the perfect chance for me to share with you what exactly fits into this bag, because we have already discussed everything that you could possibly want to know about this tiny creation, from its specs, through my experience of getting it and using it, all the way to comparing it to the Mini Kelly 22. But I'm yet to share with you what you can actually fit into this surprisingly generous mini bag. So if you'd like to go down the rabbit hole of seeing everything that I lug around with me, which trust me is a lot more than you think just looking at this bag, then please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and keep on watching. So just in case this is your first time seeing me talk about this bag, I'll make sure to have some of my more in-depth reviews linked down below for you. But long story short, this is the Kelly Pochette, or technically by Hermes it's called the Mini Kelly, the original Mini Kelly. But just like most people online, I tend to call this the Kelly Pochette 2, and then I reserve the Mini Kelly name for the Mini Kelly 22, mainly because I find that the Mini Kelly, or what we call the Mini Kelly today, is a lot closer in terms of a look and feel to what you'd associate with an actual Kelly bag. And then this feels just a lot more relaxed and more far-fetched than an actual Kelly bag, even though this is the original ancestor of what we know as the Mini Kelly today. And the biggest difference obviously is going to be the handle and the fact that this bag doesn't come with a shoulder strap, as well as the size. So the Mini Kelly 20 only measures 20 centimeters, whereas this bag measures 22 centimeters. And you wouldn't think that that 2 centimeters makes a big difference, but when it comes to this bag, it makes a world of a difference. This I find fits around twice as much as a Mini Kelly would, just because this bag is so much more softer and malleable, which means that it's easier for you to take advantage of each and every single corner in this bag. Whereas with the Kelly Mini, you're just kind of hoping for the best. It's much more difficult to get in and out of that bag and open it and close it and maneuver things in there properly. Whereas with this, you really have the flexibility of getting in there. And as you can see, this bag is pretty full, but it's not bursting at the seams. If anything, I think I could even put a couple more things in here. The only pieces that you won't find in here when we're going through my bag are going to be my keys, which I obviously needed to get into my apartment. This doesn't fit my scarf, and then my face mask is, I'm pretty sure, in the pocket of my coat. Everything else is right in here, and you'll see it fits a ton, a lot more than I personally need to carry around, because usually I'm perfectly fine just with my Mini Kelly, whereas with this bag I even have the luxury of putting things in there that I might not even necessarily need throughout the day, but it's still good to have. So even if you like a larger bag, I think you'd get on with this quite well. But let me stop rambling and get on with the what's in my bag video, which are some of my favorite videos to film. So let me start with this thing, which is right here in the bag, which is my card holder. I think I talked about this quite recently and mentioned that I have gone back to using this card holder after being really loyal to my Kelly Pocket for a while, which is the so-called Citizen 12 card holder that I absolutely love. It's super simple, it's incredibly lightweight, which makes it perfect for those who appreciate a smaller bag where you don't have the luxury of taking up space with a larger card holder. I have used my Kelly Pocket in the Kelly Pochette and it does fit perfectly. You can even close the bag. I just feel a little bit nervous about using the Kelly Pocket in such a soft bag because I don't have an insert for this just yet. So I feel more comfortable and it makes my life a lot easier using something as simple and as slim as this. I adore the Citizen 12 card holder, but I would say that if you're going to pick this up, make sure that you go for a leather that is a little bit more structured and sturdy. Because this is fully lined with silk, means that it slowly starts losing its shape over time as the silk stretches. And if you pick this up in a softer, more malleable leather, it will stretch alongside silk. So if you're going to get this, I would suggest going for Epsom over Evergreen, which is what I have here. But it's a great card holder that I go back to time and time again. Next up on the side, I have my AirPods, if I can get them out. Yep, I just have my regular AirPods in there thrown onto the side. And then the big thing in this bag is going to be my trusty Bullied sort of travel case, I think they call it. I have these in a couple of different sizes and colors, and I absolutely adore them. These are some of the most multifaceted pieces that I own from Hermes because you can use them for a million and one things. They make an amazing bag organizer. You can pick up a couple of them and they make it so incredibly simple for you to maybe even switch up your bags and make sure that your bags don't get messy, unorganized. If you have things like keys or makeup that you don't want to spill inside of your bags or scratch the lining of your pieces, this is an amazing piece to hold everything in one spot. I just adore them. You can also use them on their own as tiny little clutch bags, which I have done so. I couldn't even count on 3 hands how many times. This I just adore. And let's see what I have in here. On top, I have a little crystal. Don't ask me why. I just like to have crystals with me. Then next up, I have a little fragrance in this portable set, which I think is Lost Cherry. Lost Cherry is my fragrance of choice for full winter if I'm looking for something a little bit sweeter and more fruity from Tom Ford. Now I'm just going to warn you that this is not for the faint of heart. This is a powerful fragrance to have on hand. This, if you put this on, this will enter the room before you do. But it's not overwhelming, it's not suffocating, but it does pack a punch. You only need the slightest, lightest mist and you will be set for the day and even for the week if it goes on your coat. This, I always say, reminds me of just a boozy Christmas party. It smells of cherries and liquors and spices. It's beautiful. It's fruity, but it's not fruity in like a childish way. It's really elegant and sophisticated. So if you're looking for a full winter scent, Lost Cherry is something that I don't think you can go wrong with. As long as you like the sound of this, because I know that this is not a fragrance that is going to be for everyone. But if you like the sound of a really warming, boozy, cherry kind of scent, this, I mean, is just the best of the best. Next up, I have my lip balm. I have my Hermes lip balm in the color Rose Apricot, which is technically a tinted lip balm, but I really don't think it adds too much color to your lips, if any at all. I have almost gone through this entire thing, and not once did I feel that my lips were too peachy or too tinted. So I've actually been really enjoying this, and I would consider repurchasing this, especially because all of Hermes's lipsticks and lip balms are refillable. So once you're done using this, you can just take out the actual balm and replace this, which makes it a lot less expensive than having to buy this whole thing all over again. So I think I would repurchase this. Personally, I prefer the formula of the tinted lip balms over the original lip balm. So if I was to buy something, I would probably buy the same color, the same formula again, because I really don't think it adds any color to your lips, but it's incredibly pleasant to use. And yeah, I've been really happy with this purchase of mine. So it seems like I have more band-aids in my bag than an actual pharmacy would. I don't know why I needed so many band-aids, but they are in here. I have a little hand sanitizer wipe, something that just needs to be done. One more band-aid. And then the last thing in here is a tiny little Augustinus Bader or Bader, I never know how to pronounce it. I've heard it both ways. The Rich Cream Moisturizer, which is my all-time favorite Holy Grail moisturizer. I'm going to warn you, if you want to add this to your cart or if you just want to check this out online, be prepared for the price because it is insanely expensive and it does have quite a bit of hype surrounding it, and that is why I tried it. I wanted to see what all the hype was about, but I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. I have been so obsessed with it that I have not used pretty much anything else in the past 2 years, and I even have a tiny one in my bag. Now, you don't necessarily have to have a tiny version in your bag. You don't have to reapply this. You can apply it in the morning and at night, and you're set throughout the day. The reason I have a little one in my bag is because I suffer from rosacea, which means that my skin is in a constant state of inflammation and it goes red at the snap of a finger. One of the biggest triggers is cold air and dry air. So as you can imagine, my skin absolutely hates winter, and whenever I feel like it's going to go red or it is getting triggered, I can just dab this over my cheeks and it really helps to soothe things, calm things down and protect my skin. Is this going to cure my rosacea? Absolutely not. But I have to be really honest with you, I have never used a product that wasn't prescribed to me by a dermatologist that has done as much for my skin as this one did and still does. But for me, this is something that I can never be without. I continue repurchasing it even though I don't want to. So I think the fact that I have one in my bathroom and that I even have a tiny one in my mini bag and I'm taking up space, really precious space, by having a moisturizer in my bag says it all. And we're almost done. The last couple of things that I have in here are some more band-aids. I don't know what this new obsession of mine is about with band-aids, but clearly I have band-aids for days, and then I have a little bit of cash just tucked into the back pocket of my bag because I needed to pay for something. And that is pretty much it. This is everything that fits into the Kelly Pochette, which is, as I said, a surprising amount. Like, I don't think you'd be able to fit this much stuff into any other mini bag out there. If you put this into your mini Kelly, you'd be done and you wouldn't even be able to close your bag. Trust me, I've tried it. Whereas with the Kelly Pochette, this fits plus a card holder, plus your AirPods, plus your phone even, your keys. So if you've always loved the idea of a mini bag, but you could never find one that is not only cute, but is also practical, this is the way to go. And if you have any questions to me about the Kelly Pochette, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. And while you're down there, if you enjoyed it and you'd like to see more videos from me, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Also, I am planning on doing an Hermes/luxury Q&A maybe in the next couple of weeks. So if you have any questions, please do leave them in the comment section, or you can always send them over on Instagram. But this is everything I had to share for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I really appreciate you being here and watching. And I hope to see you back here with a new video really soon. But for now, bye.